Hey guys, what's up? It's time for another PBR battle. But in this one was pretty special because I was just hanging out on random Wi-Fi with my second Trick Room team, and I ran into Insane Gamers Ambipone Pass. It's nothing but Ambipoms and Ipoms. I don't know if I pronounced Ipom correctly, but I don't care because I prefer that name over Apom if that's how it's pronounced. But anyway, I knew that this one was going to be tricky. I knew that I had seen this pass before, so I somewhat knew what to expect, although just somewhat. I knew that he had an elemental puncher, and I knew that I think two of his guys have fake out. That's really about all I remembered. So, yeah, it was kind of nerve-wracking for me, and it was a little bit annoying toward the beginning, but it all evens out. But anyway, we pick our guys, he picks his guys, whatever, and we go to the Main Street Coliseum. So, let's just go ahead and get this thing started now. Okay, so he sends out Ambipom and Ambipom, and I send out Granbull and Gardevoir. I trace pickup, which either ability, like it wouldn't have helped to trace either of their abilities because it's either Technician or Pickup, and you know, I don't have any moves that are below 60 power, so it wouldn't have even helped to begin with. So anyway, I go for the Trick Room. I know that that was a pretty obvious move to make, going for the Trick Room, but that is really the best option I have here. And right here, I knew that since he had seen my Trick Room team before, I knew that he was probably going to go for the Trick Roomer itself, like Gardevoir, but at this point, I had no idea which Ambipom to go for. That was the main challenging thing about this fight, is just trying to decide on which Ambipom to go for. It's like, since that's a lot of trouble, I have a lot of trouble with that. Like when I go up against a Japanese Uber team and all the Ubers are in Japanese names, I can't even tell what I'm attacking. But anyway, he goes for fakes out Gardevoir, and then he goes for Thunder Punch on Granbull. And then neither move did too much because of Granbull's Intimidate. So anyway, close combat goes off, and Granbull's defense and special defense fall, and I knock out the Ambipom. I was really worried about Focus Sashes. That's another thing that I was That's another thing I was worried about, was Focus Sashes. I didn't know how many he had. I don't know which ones had them, and even if I did know which ones had them, I probably wouldn't be able to pick them out anyway. So now there's two female Ambipoms out there. Now if that's not really confusing, I don't know what is. But what I should have done, I should have gone by the Life Orb damage, because then at least I would know who I'm dealing with, like who I'm trying to kill. So anyway, I go for Protect, because I know that now that my defense is down, I would be a much bigger target, or at least I thought I would be a bigger target. So I Protect, and then I thought he was going to go for Granbull right here, because I didn't used to have close combat on Granbull. I used to have just Scary Face. But then he goes for Shadow Claw and gets a lucky critical, and knocks out Gardevoir, which is annoying, but oh well. Anyway, down goes Gardevoir, and then takes some Life Orb damage from his Life Orb, and then he goes for double hit. I think he was going for Granbull with that specifically. And then out comes Torkoal. Now the Torkoal, that was really kind of a bad move on my part, just to send out this Torkoal. I had a lot of problems with Torkoal in this match, just because I didn't predict well. What I thought he was going to do, I thought he was going to instantly go for Torkoal because he would be expecting Eruption. That's what I thought he was going to do. But sadly, he does not. He actually double teams Granbull in this turn, and that would have been the perfect turn for Torkoal, and I could have done away with both of his guys in one shot, probably. So anyway, then I go for one of the Ambipoms. Oh, by the way, I probably wouldn't have been able to work with the Life Orb damage because it doesn't show it on the name or anything. They need to, I think that when you're selecting a Pokemon like that, they should be highlighted on the field, so at least you know who you're going for. Anyway, he goes for Thunder Punch and a double hit on Granbull and takes him out, sadly. But oh well, Granbull did a little bit of some work, I guess. He was able to take out one, so I guess that's better than nothing. Although it wasn't really looking too good for me right now. But anyway, out comes Quagsire, Wacka the Quagsire, and yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah, I know, I still suck at narrating when nothing important is happening. So anyway, at this point I knew that I would probably have a better shot with Torkoal going for Heat Wave, because I know that now that there's no huge threat on the field, he can just spread his attacks in between both targets, and that would probably work better than just going for one. So I go for Brick Break with Quagsire because that's my best option right now. And let's see here. Goes for Ice Punch on Quagsire. I know that since I watched his side of the battle, he was really hoping for Freeze Hacks, but thankfully he didn't get them. Let's see here. The other Ambipom digs. And then I go for Brick Break. It misses. And I go for a Heat Wave with Torkoal. And come on, it misses the digging Ambipom, obviously, and kaboom, Heat Wave. And I do a lot of damage to Ambipom, but I don't quite knock it out. But it ends up not really mattering because he dies from his Life Orb alone. So that's pretty good. So anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, but I believe I go for Eruption on the Ambipoms. I don't know why. I thought that maybe he was going to predict a Protect on Torkoal, and that he was going for Quagsire. I don't know why I thought that, but oh well. Anyway, Ambipom goes for Dig, hits Torkoal, does about half, which was pretty impressive, considering Torkoal has insane physical defenses. And goes for another Ice Punch, still trying to get Freeze Hacks, but thankfully not getting them. Brings me down to about half, and then dies from his Life Orb, which was very nice, because I wanted that thing to die. No offense, but, Anyway, after that, I go for Brick Break, and I luck out because I get a critical hit, and I knock out Ambipom, one of them. So now it's 2 versus 1, but both of my guys are weakened considerably. We are both weakened down to half. And then I go for Eruption, and nobody was there. Okay, so out comes his last Ambipom. Now, this one is his special attacker. I believe it has Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, and Nasty Plot, I think. I'm not quite sure. And anyway, I go for another Heat Wave, just because I know that Eruption won't do nearly as much. And then I go for another Brick Break. At this point, I thought that I really had it, because at the time, I didn't know that it had Grass Knot. Although, I'm pretty sure I remembered him having a special one. And anyway, he goes for Grass Knot. My Rendo Berry activates with Quagsire. And then, sadly, it didn't make it. I was really hoping that he would live through that, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, down goes Quagsire, and takes a little bit of damage from the Life Orb. That's probably what killed it, was that Life Orb. And then I get a second critical hit with Heat Wave. So really, the entire battle was luck-based. I would have not won that if it hadn't been for those 2 really lucky critical hits. Sorry about that, man. It's just, I guess that's just how the Heat Wave goes off, or you know what I mean. I try to sound clever and I fail epically, but whatever. Sorry about the critical hits. Good battle, very close. Anyway, see ya.